Well, the wind woke us up at 5 a.m., so we decided just to get up.
Good morning from day 29. We started just north of Mount Bluff or Bluff Mountain, and we are making our way 9.1 miles into the town of Hot Springs. It was windy and we were both awake, and it was dark, and we said, we have headlamps, we have lights, let's
do it.
Let's pack up and start walking down the hill. And
it was an adventure putting the tent away in the wind, but it's okay.
It's okay, but we learned we can do it. So yeah, we've made it a little bit so far, and the sun's just starting to rise, so we should make it into the town hopefully around midday, maybe get some lunch.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for today. It's not quite a narrow. I mean, was it 9.1? Is that I said?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's better than we typically do. But we're excited to get into town, get some food, get some laundry, and then get resupplied for the next
couple of days.
Couple of days into Irwin.
Yep.
So all right, on we go.
Yep. It was funny how different Nick and I were on our night hiking experiences. He loved it. He thought it was the greatest, and he's in the lead, and he just running around the woods with a flashlight. It was great. And I'm like, where'd my feet go? I can't see. Yes, I have the same headlamp. So I was very nervous about it, and I did not enjoy. But Nick, on the other hand, just absolutely loved it.
During Flow Gap. We might take a little pit stop there at that shelter in 3.4. So we make our way to Hot Springs in 6.6. And look at that, 268.3 since we left Springer Mountain. So 1,924.7 miles to go though, so. It's actually a really humid morning. It's we haven't had our breakfast yet, so I think that's kind of also getting to us. It's still pretty early. It's only like 7:30, but it already feels like we need to take a break and grab some breakfast. We'll do a little trailside water stop and Cliff Bar break. Light lunge. We'll see how that improves Darby's ability to pick it up this morning. It's one of those mornings you're just feeling low. Just doing what you can to keep moving forward. It's a giant leopard moth caterpillar. Who's on the trail? Let's get you off the trail, my friend. I'm pretty sure there's a shelter off in the distance. Let's go over there and check it out. Deer Park Shelter. This is an old one. This one's been around for a while. Still hanging in there though. Don't know if it leaks or not. Can't fit a lot of people in there, but better being in here than in a storm. So, old metal roof. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Winds of change are coming in, so we can feel that. Still pretty windy. Sun is starting to warm things up quite well. But we're only, I think, about 3 miles from town. So, and town food. So, and showers, clean clothes. All those sound pretty amazing right now. Nice little tent spot right there. And a nice little view. I think this is the peak of our last ascent, which I'm okay with. Now about 3 miles, very far down into hot springs. Let's do this. I think we're about one Coheed and Cambria album away from Hot Springs. Getting closer, almost there. Got a couple thousand feet of descent to go.
It's the first of the dogwoods we've seen in a little bit. Starting to pop out in the lower elevation here. Somebody decided the stump needed some hair. It wasn't me.
It's like a chia pet.
It's a chia pet.
All right, we have made it to Hot Springs. Trail drops down right into town. Oh, look how cool is this? Carolina Mountain Club.
It is only 70 degrees. It worries me that I feel this hot.
Right off the trail. Like right off the trail. I got it.
Alright, I hope you can hear me. Last time we looked at one of these maps, we were like here. Now we are Bluff Mountain Hot Springs right there. We are there. We've made that much progress. Oh, we're not going to look at that part yet.
You guys clean this cup up until next Monday.
30 seconds later.
The waitress asked if we wanted the menu back to have more.
We want to start over again. And we thought for a second maybe we would. All right. Well, that wraps up day 29. We did 9.5 because when we got to the AT Trail, we had reservations for tomorrow night.
That was me. I botched that. It happens.
It's so hard to keep these days straight out here.
Yeah.
It really, truly is. So I really don't give. I have
okay.
no heartburn for
for the little honest mistake. So fortunately, there are plenty of places in town. So we did another 0.4 up the road, and we are at the Spring Creek Tavern. And upstairs, there's some nice rooms. So we've got a king size bed and suite to ourselves here.
It's fairly new. They just opened up this year as starting to do some hostel stuff. So, and yeah, you were gonna say.
And well, two things. First, that this town was hit really hard from the
Hurricane
Helene, and all the rains that it got, and so they're still kind of getting back on their feet as a town and a community, and so part of that is they're opening back up this room, and coincidentally, we have some friends that are right next door. We didn't even know. So lots of hikers are in town tonight. It is raining. It's going to get down to near freezing, so we are quite happy to be indoors.
Perfect night to be in town.
Perfect time for a town day. So we got in around midday because we got up so early because of the high winds. And we got in around noon, went over to the Smoky Mountain Diner, had a feast.
Yes.
And then found lodging, got in here, did some laundry, and then a resupply. Resupply was a little harder than we thought.
It was hard.
So,
and we've got the next stretch is a 70+ mile stretch to get to Irwin, and that's going to take us 5 days. So we're we have the resupply that we have now, and hopefully we can get in there in no more than 5 days. But yeah, it's been an interesting resupply. So
yeah, a little harder here. There's no Walmart. Dollar General was okay. They had an outfitter, so they had some. They had all the stuff that you kind of essentials, but you had to kind of piece it together. We wanted stuff like tortillas. Couldn't find tortillas.
So it's like hamburger buns.
In addition to some tortillas, we still have because we carried a lot. We have some extra food. Anyway, so so one of the things we also have not done recently, now that we realize, because we've been on trail for.
This is a month now.
This is a month on trail, as you could tell from my beard. So I was clean shaven when I started this. If you didn't tune in on day 1, so this is the longest I've ever had a beard, and it's very, very gray. So I was saying I could, I could qualify for Santa Claus when the time comes. So that's exciting. A new occupation in the wintertime. I've done so many eclectic things in my life, so why not throw Santa to the mix?
Yeah, why not?
So I'm good with kids. And mostly until I get tired of them. It's like, okay, go back to your mom.
Okay, let's focus.
So, but how are we doing since we've been back on? I've been on trail for a month. We are at mile 275. So we're doing a roundabout. When we're on trail, we're doing about a 10 mile a day average. We've done more. We've done less. We've taken a couple of Neros. We've taken a double zero because of weather. But our plans have been working. We've been flexible with each other. In the Smokies, you didn't have a lot of options, so you were forced to kind of like, I have to stick to my plan because I have to stay in a shelter.
It's been nice to be a little bit more flexible and to let's try push for this or this and kind of have some this or this plans. We got to another scale recently, and I've lost 10 pounds now. And you?
I was down 12.2. So that was a few days back, last town back.
Yeah.
So So the trail does whip you into shape. You're getting up and you're hiking every day, and every day is a leg day, and you're working hard. Those upholds are still tough.
They are. I've it's funny. I've quit about 4 times in my head and once out loud, and so we've made some adjustments, and I think that's been good. Knees and ankles are certainly much better than they were coming out of the knock for me. It's funny, the Finding Schoolie chapter came out today, and a lot of positive encouragement from people about trail legs. And even on day 30, I would say that I'm approaching trail legs. They're getting better. I can see there might be a little bit of a trail legs in the future. So I don't say I have them yet, but I can see they might be coming.
Darby's stamina has improved greatly on the uphills. She does not stop nearly as much, and it takes a lot more to get her winded. So that's good, steady progress. And
I have learned I hike faster with Nick behind me, and
this also doesn't demoralize.
It doesn't,
because
it's a mental game,
and I don't want to do that. Sometimes
you don't do it on purpose either.
I get in a rhythm going up a hill, and I work for it too. And if I'm feeling strong, then I don't. I also want to try to push myself and challenge myself too. But there have been days when okay, I'm feeling it too. But there's also some days when we wake up, and usually most days we actually wake up and feel pretty rehabilitated. Like the sleep did us well. Mostly.
Yeah.
But we don't. It's really hard to get out of a tent that's on the ground, and you got to kind of like work to get out of your vestibule, right? So if
only we had a time lapse of us putting our tent away this morning in the wind. It was crazy.
Funny. But getting out of your tent, after you feel all those things, is you can pushing yourself nearly from the ground up, getting out, and we're bouncing back pretty well. Feet and ankles and blisters have not been a showstopper for either of us. We actually haven't had a lot of blister problems.
No.
All the blisters I have don't hurt, so I just leave them be.
I had those two, like week 1, and after that I haven't had any.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think we're doing pretty well. I think for me, the mental game the mental and physical is still hard. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Most days I'm 85-90% happy to be on trail.
And
that's okay.
What's confident too is that while we're seeing some strong young as in like in their 20s, maybe early 30s, they're just they fly on the trail. But we keep seeing them again and again, so it helps us to realize that our pace, even it might take us a little bit longer to get there, we're still getting there.
Right.
And they might be taking neros or zeros, and we're kind of still just kind of pushing through it. So we're kind of still staying with a lot of the bubble that we kind of started this journey off with, which feels good because then it feels like, okay, we're not being left in the dust.
Sure.
Every now and then we are seeing hikers because we are numbers 405 and 406. So when you happen to see a tag hanging off of somebody else and they're like 550, you're like, okay, was there just a big bubble behind us, or are they just that fast and are now passing us?
Sure.
That's a little bit of both. But anyway, so we're going strong. 275, we're really looking forward to now getting through this next section where we can hopefully continue to lighten our load by getting rid of our cold weather gear.
Yes.
But everybody says don't get rid of your gear.
Don't do it. But we're like, I have so many clothes I haven't worn.
Right. So we'll see. But it is, tonight's going to get down to 32. And tomorrow is not going to be much different. So we are hitting some colder end of winter, early spring lows. So we'll hold on to our winter gear. We haven't made too many adjustments to our gear. We're trying to not pack as much food. Food is heavy.
But at the same time, food is fuel.
Yes.
And that's hard too because we know we need the afternoon snack and the protein and this and that. So it's hard to balance those, especially like coming out of town today. We're going to have a 5-day food carry. And for 2 people, a 5-day food carry is a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to balance that of, I need the snacks, but I don't want the weight of the snacks. And so it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing pretty well. And that's kind of, we just kind of wanted to wrap up on how we're doing. So we hadn't done that in a while.
Yeah, we'll probably do this about once a month. We don't like to have these long 10-minute monologues.
No.
But, some people do ask how we're doing, how we're feeling. Yeah, we're working for it, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
And we're making slow but steady progress. So I feel pretty good about that. And we're getting close to mile 300. So it'll be good to get to Irwin. So one town at a time.
Yes.
One milestone at a time. and before too long we'll see another state line and things like that. So it'll be wonderful days where we just wake up and ideally start crushing 15 to 20. So I look forward to that.
Yep, eventually.
All
right. Well, that is going to wrap up our day. And thank you so much for following along. We love all of your comments. We love hearing from you, and we just appreciate all of the cheering. I know, especially for me, on the days when I do have those days where I quit in my head, I think about my students back at my school, and I think about some of you all. And the cheering, I think about all of you that are cheering for us. So it does make a difference.
And I'm the editor and producer for these, so I appreciate when people give comments that they are enjoying the video for what it is. We hope it's a little bit entertaining, a little bit informative, and just maybe something a little different, especially from a perspective of a couple, an average couple that's trying to make this trek.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for following along, and we will see you in the next chapter.